Hello, I am Anuj Bhushan Tiwari, and right now I am going to demonstrate you my project that I have made for the hiring challenge process that has been assigned by Rolex Systems. The purpose of this hiring challenge was to give us a task to create an application whose main functionality is to rate the local stores by the users. What users will do is they will log in and they would rate the local stores, shopping stores, basically, or you can say e-commerce stores as well, on from the rating of 1 to 5. 1 being the poor and 5 being the very good rating. No, I mean the excellent one. So this is our folder structure. It- See, as you can see here, it contains the store rating app in which there are two main subfolders, backend and frontend. And also it has a readme file which contains all the description about this project. Now, this project is also uploaded on GitHub, whose link I will be putting it in the description. Right now, what I am going to do is I am going to first explain you about these two main subfolders, which is the backend and the frontend folder. So let's start. See, the backend folder contains the most important subfolder, that is SRC. Although every files are important, and the most important file, that is index.js. It has package.json file for all the configurations. But I will be explaining you this in brief. And if you wanna know about it in detail, then you can refer to the README file and go and visit my GitHub page. Uh, let's not go into a very deep technicality because it will lengthen the video. So this is the main index.js file in which we are calling different files which are having this which are having the route files, controller files, middleware files that we have created. And all those files are stored in this SRC folder. SRC folder has many subfolders like config, controller, middleware, routes, and utils folder. Now this model folder is an empty folder because I didn't had have the need to use it. Now you can see that in config we have the database which will be linking our server with the database of MySQL. And right now I am showing you the controllers folder that has an auth controller file and a store controller file. Now also it has a user controller file. Then we have the middleware folder for handling the middleware. This is auth middleware.js file. Then we have routes of auth routes, store routes, and user routes. Similarly, we have utils that contains the JWT helper file, and JWT we'll be using for the authentication and sign up process. This was the backend file. Now going to the front-end file. Again, SRC folder contains all the subfolders and the main files of that will be used to develop the front-end that we have used to develop the front-end part. Now this is the main.jsx that will be calling the app.jsx. App.jsx are calling the other components and other pages, React pages that we have created. Other components are like layout component, and then we have these pages folder which contains the JSX files of admin dashboard, login page, sign up page, and then store owner dashboard, then user dashboard. Now, this was the crux of the front end part. And let me tell you something which I forgot to mention, that this project is based on the following tech stacks. I have used React.js for the front end part, and for the back end part, I have used Express.js, Node.js, and for the database, I have used MySQL. So I'll also be showing you the MySQL workbench application in which I have content of it. I have store all the data of that will be related to this project. So this is my MySQL Workbench application, and this is the database in which there are multiple tables like store, ratings, and users. These these tables store the details about the user and uh, the ratings and stores. So this is what the general the brief crux of the project is. Now I will be demonstrating you by launching this on the localhost server. Launching my project on the localhost server. Mm, So see, I have already navigated to the backend and front-end directory as we can see. Now I'll be launching this project. First I'll be launching the backend part. So this is the command. Now my backend server has initiated. And for the front end, this is the following command. npm render. This project is created using React with Vite. Now if I open this URL, you can see here I had already logged into this project. Now I can sign up. Can sign up as a regular user. Let's suppose x@email.com. My name is X and my email ID is x@email.com. Let's suppose address is Delhi and I'm just putting a random password. Mm, Okay, so the user has been successfully created. Now x@email.com was our email ID and I'll be putting my password. So this is the general dashboard of a user. Okay, you can see here there's already a store with an over that I have created in the MySQL database. I can rate here from the range of 1 to 5, 1 being poor and 5 being the excellent one. So let's give this rating. Now I can also search the stores by their name or address. Now if I log out and I log into the admin user, then I'll show you how it looks. See, in order to uh, change the role of a user from a general user to admin or a store owner, this is done directly from the MySQL because it was what the demand of the project was. It didn't have the complexity to modify the role of a user on the website itself. It was not mentioned anywhere. It was just simply mentioned to have a common login portal. That's why the changing of the role is done from the MySQL workbench. So I am logging into the admin account now. You can see this is the admin dashboard. Right now there are total 4 users, and you can see here that I can manage the users from here. The functionality which I will be enhancing later as well, and we have also had the functionality of managing store. So this was the admin dashboard. Now, if I log in as a store owner now, then I'll show you the dashboard of it. This is the email ID of the store owner user account. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm putting some invalid credentials. Yes. So this is the dashboard of the store owner, which displays how what are the ratings that have been given, and also gives the average rating on the dashboard. So this was all about the interface of this project. Now I am simply logging out. As you can see here that I have already uh, published this repository on the GitHub. I've already deployed it. I have not deployed it. I will be planning to deploy it if it will be required. But if someone is really interested into this project, then they can just simply uh, come at this link and then they can explore more about it in the README file. So that was all about this project, and thank you for your patience.